Welcome to Checkpoint Chat. Episode.
It actually started like that.
Episode 67. Matty's eating cheesecake, so I'm all alone.
Welcome
right now.
to Cheesecake Chat. It's
Cheesecake
delicious.
Chat.
Tell me about this cheesecake. Where did it come from? While I scoop my plate.
This is my favorite cheesecake. Well, my favorite cake in the whole wide world. It's called Andrea's Cheesecake from Chateau Gâteau.
Ooh, who's Andrea?
I have no idea.
She's
I want to give her a
the
hug.
mastermind behind this delicious cheesecake. I'm just going to finish mine quick.
Get some nice ASMR. Matty eating his cheesecake. Yeah, the Chateau Gâteau, it's got some branches everywhere. I think this cake is like the best thing they have because their little desserts aren't that fantastic. I had a tiramisu there, which was fucking terrible.
Oh, you've mentioned this before.
The tiramisu was not a good time, but this cheesecake, fuck.
It's like the breakfast of champions.
It's so good. It was my mom's birthday this week, so we have leftover cheesecake.
Happy birthday, Mom.
You know what we never did? We checked the levels, but we never checked if the sound was okay.
Oh, shit.
We'll be fine.
Will we? An hour and a half later, and we're like, oh, shit,
I think
the mics were turned off.
This happened last week, and I only realized about an hour in, and I was like,
this
fucking committed now.
This explains the panicked look you gave me. You're like,
yeah, I was just like, should we stop? Should we not?
pause? What do we do?
I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do in this situation, but I think it's fine.
I think we're good. We've touch wood. We've never had to scrap a level.
Fuck, one day.
It's
gonna happen. I'm just preparing.
I don't want it to.
It's like when I leave work, oh, my laptop's not charging. That's a bit of a problem.
Oh my god!
I'll get to it just now.
Turns out the episode doesn't record because the battery just died.
Yeah,
Damn
I'm
it.
watching my battery dies very slowly. So when I leave work, I take the car train, and I'm always petrified that I get back to Rhodesfield Station and I've left my car keys on my desk at work, and I've people have done it, of course, and I'm just preparing for the day that it happens. I know it will happen. It's going to be one day.
It has to happen to you once in order for it to never happen again.
I know I'm going to get off the train at Rhodesfield, touch my pocket and be like,
oh damn
fuck.
it. I've told you about the time long ago when I had my car, it's still very new. I locked my keys in the boot.
Yes.
And never again. It's like a, there's the all three tap. You stand up, it's wallet, keys, and phone. Okay, I have that sort of same mental prompt every time I open my boots. If I grab a bag or whatever from it, a jacket, my instinct is, do I have my keys? I sit and I tap my pocket. I'm like, yep, they're there. Then I close the boot.
I love that tap. It's just
it's three.
You can
just
feel
all
it.
three tap. Yeah.
And then every now and then you don't feel what you need, and you're like,
whoa.
oh, it's in my pocket still. Yeah.
Damn these big pockets.
Exactly.
They're so deep.
Yeah. But it'll happen. Didn't you lock your keys in your car at Rage? Wasn't it at Rage?
No. It's only been once.
Yeah, the car accident at Rage.
I had a car accident at Rage. That was a great / bad time.
Yeah. Didn't you drop Jeff off?
I dropped Jeff off and then I misjudged a turn because there was a lot of traffic. And it was one of those weird things where I'm turning right and there are 3 lanes of traffic. And when traffic's real backed up, cars can't go through the robots, so there's a gap between them.
Yeah.
So by all intents, it looked like the two cars I saw were saying you can go. We're not going to go. You can go. So I turned, and then there was a mysterious third lane that I hadn't accounted for, and a car came flying through it and whacked into me. It was a great time. I was so.
I do remember, you just messaged the group. You're like, had a car accident.
I'm alive. On the next episode of I Shouldn't Be Alive,
and
Matty,
Jeff was like, you dropped me off
you
literally 10
just dropped
ago.
me off. What happened? Let you out of my supervision just once.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Can't let you do anything alone.
Yeah, speaking of car problems, my car giving me real problems.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
because this is the second week you haven't driven your car yet. What's happening?
No, so my car went in, got some... I don't know, there was some... It made a weird noise the one time Lenska fetched me from a race, actually. And then it was making this awful noise. So I was like,
Can
shit.
you mimic the noise?
No, it's like... I was dying.
That looks like someone who has flu is just in bed
it was just,
put me out of my misery.
My car it said, I've had enough, please fix me. So I took it to get repaired. And it was fine. I can't remember what it was replaced. It was like some joint bearing or something.
Oh, your car's got old joints?
My car's 10 years old now. It's getting so
Wow.
old. So
insane.
they got that fixed. Then this week at work, I'm leaving the office and I'm busy rolling out. I'm not rolling
out.
I'm busy driving out.
The Optimus Prime roll out.
Rolling out. Yeah, my car transformed. I know. So I'm busy driving toward the gate, and then inexplicably the car just cuts. There's no power. I can't turn my steering wheel really because the power steering's gone.
Optimus, what
just
have you done?
dead. I was like, imagine this happened
On the fucking highway?
on the highway or on the road because I couldn't put my hazards on.
Yeah.
Everything was dead, like completely dead. So I left my car there. Len's had to come fetch me. Next morning, get to work with jumper cables and with one of my colleagues try to jumpstart my car. It doesn't work. Just absolute dead.
Which colleague was it? Bertie?
Yeah, it was Bertie.
Nailed it.
Not John Michael.
John Michael's not helpful.
No,
That's fine.
no, this guy. No, so then my car had to get towed and I took the mechanic. And I'm just thinking, I've already dropped money on having my car fixed like 2 weeks ago. Now I've got to drop more money on some other shit that needs to be fixed. And life is real miserable at the moment, so I need to go steal a car is what I'm getting at.
Are you saying that you might need to purchase a new car in the near future?
No, hell no.
No.
We've actually had this conversation.
You don't
at
want
the
to
office.
finance a new car?
No, because one of my colleagues, another one, Taylor, who I don't think I've ever mentioned on this show.
Taylor, who did the video?
Ah, yes. She
Yes.
actually did our. One day we'll reveal that. Not yet, but yes, she did a little animation.
Sorry,
for
under
us.
embargo. I just broke
I know. Oh my
embargo.
God! Police are coming. The checkpoint chat police. Whoa, how did this even
Ziggy's
happen?
coming through the door right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
So she was like, "Wow, would it not be better to just take that money and buy a new car?" And all of us were like, "No." At the end of the day, it's always better to maintain what you have. Like, no, think about it. I was thinking if I dropped. Okay, my car's not costing me this much, but if I had to drop 20 grand on my car this year, that's me paying like $2,000 a month. A new car's going to cost more than $2,000 a month.
Yeah,
regardless.
that's where you got to make the calculation. Like financing a new car, depending on what car, is it like
It's-
4 or 5
yeah.
grand a month? Am I spending that on maintaining this car?
Yeah, it depends. Like maybe one day, I don't know, my engine falls out and it's like, well, it's going to cost you 70,000 rand. And it's like,
But
well,
it's this weird like thing. Like I have a friend at work who went through this entire predicament as well fairly recently, where her car mysteriously just stopped working. Something with the engine went really bad, and then they managed to like salvage it for very few. She didn't have to pay a huge like repair fee, and somehow it got working. But the mechanic was like, "We don't know why this happened. We're not sure how we really fixed it."
through some sorcery, just
Yeah.
we got it running again.
Our advice would be to sell it and get a new car before this happens again. Like,
Oh,
because
boy.
if the engine completely fails, then your resale value of the car is like gone.
It's dead, yeah.
So that's what she did. She managed to find a buyer quickly, and she bought the exact same car, just a new one.
Why would you buy the same car?
She was so attached to it. I've never seen someone so sad. Like,
What car was it?
it was a Hyundai i10.
Okay,
And she was
those are
like,
nice.
it was my first car. It was blue. I love it so much. And then she got a new one.
I must say that actually reminds me. So when out of high school, my friend Gareth drove a yellow Beetle.
Oh,
Like
really?
an old school yellow buggy, yeah.
Nice.
And he had it for years. He drove it. Then one day it was like, you know, he needed a new car. And I remember I went with him to the dealer to get his new car. And there was that sad moment of like,
This
like,
is it.
this is the little yellow buggy that it was his first car. And we've got
Yeah.
so many memories. But honest to God, like, the moment we were in his new car, we forgot about the old one. Like, yeah, this car's so much better. It's got everything.
It's got fucking aircon and
It's
power
got
steering.
aircon. It's got power steering. It's got power windows, electric.
I had a friend with a Beetle as well, and as vintage and nice as those cars are, driving that thing is a fucking pain in the ass.
It was. We had good memories in that car, though. I mean, it was like Gareth had it in high school already, so he would drive to school. We'd go out after, that sort of thing.
It's always best when your like first friend in your friend group gets a car. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's suddenly
the
liberating for
world's
everyone.
open. We can go wherever we want. Oh my god! Yeah,
The first friend of ours who got that, he got like a big it was like a big minivan almost, like a VW minivan. So man, we would just fucking roll everywhere in that van. We'd
You're
be
also
like
rolling,
6-7 of us.
Optimus Prime here.
Yeah, we just everywhere, and he would just take us everywhere. It was the fucking best. It was like we all had a car, but only he drove it.
Did he ever let
great.
you drive it?
I drove it once, yeah. Driving a big car like that feels like you're driving a tank. It's weird.
It's weird,
And
yeah.
it's like it was super high, so it was like it was looking down at the road, like looking down at all the other drivers.
So was it like a proper, dare I say the word combi? Like a
Yes.
Okay,
Like a more modern looking one, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, we had one in our family for years, and I never drove it. But I always remember if my dad or my mom drove it, when you basically like in the bonnet because you ride in front of the car. So driving it is a little bit different. You needed to turn like way later than you normally would.
Yes, yeah, because you're like right on top of everything. It's almost like you're like the Starship Enterprise. You're above the ship. Like,
Do you go into hyperdrive? No, nice. You get from here to Pretoria in three parsecs.
I think that's.
I don't even know if that's a.
That's Star Wars.
Well, shit. Wrong franchise. You're enjoying that cheesecake.
Sorry, I'm just finishing.
Leaving me to talk all by myself now on this new episode of Cheesecake Chat.
To butcher Star Trek and Star Wars together.
When we get to episode 100, we should have a cheesecake.
I'm down.
And then we rebrand to Cheesecake Chat officially. We don't talk about games
Checkpoint
anymore.
cheesecake.
We talk about cakes, all of them.
Talk about the good cakes in video games.
And treats. Let's
Like
talk
in
about
Portal 2.
Let's talk about Final Fantasy 15 food.
Oh my god, Final Fantasy
Let's just
15
talk about
food is
food in
so
general.
good.
Let's talk about the new Pokemon, which will apparently have cooking and stuff as well.
What? Really?
Sword and Shield. Am I imagining?
I just know that some of the Pokemon look like food.
Oh yeah, there's
Like that dessert
there's a
Pokemon.
kettle. I don't know.
There's
The
a
designs of
new
Pokemon are getting
Pokemon
weird.
coming out that it's like, this is what it looked like before it was human. It's like, sorry, what? The Pokemon was human?
Did we just confirm that Pokemon are human?
Oh my god.
Who knew
Pokemon are humans turned into animals and then enslaved by their former
And
brethren.
they're forced to fight for money.
Pokemon is
This is a
anime
dark
dogfighting.
world, yeah.
Yeah.
Just cooking in Pokemon. What is it? Sword and Shield.
So it's like a Zelda cooking thing?
I really think it is, yeah.
It better have some good cooking music. Because the Zelda Breath of the Wild cooking music was really good.
You know what? I know it's got cooking because at the office there was when was it? Like a week or two ago, there was the Pokemon Direct.
Yeah.
And in the trailer it showed cooking. And then my colleagues were watching like, that looks dumb. I was like, listen.
Have you cooked in Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild had cooking and it was a lot of fun. Even to my surprise, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna
I still remember figuring out that in Breath of the Wild, if you cooked during the blood moon, it would have like special
really
effects. Yeah,
I didn't
because
know
like the music changed.
that.
So like I was just cooking one time and like the end chime is like different. And I was like, what the fuck? So I like did it again and it happened again. I'm like, what's going on? So I just kept doing it.
Good food there,
and then
yeah.
next thing was like the blood moon's out. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't look up. Like
That blood moon was such a weird mechanic. I'd never felt like it.
it's never consistent.
No, but it always would be like the blood moon rises. I'm like, okay, and then it would go away.
Oh, it's like the most hectic thing was the one shrine where you needed to be there
For,
while the blood moon. And then when I was there, I was just like, oh fuck, now it's never coming.
I YouTubed it. I was like, like, what's the trick? And I can't remember. There's something along like you do this, and then there will be a blood moon.
Yeah, you have to like do a bunch for it to kind of reset the world.
Yeah. That's
So kill a lot of hobgoblins, bokoblins, bokoblins,
bokoglobins.
hemoglobins,
Welcome
hemogoblins.
to biology chat. But hemoglobin.
Hemoglobins.
Do you do biology in school?
No, fuck that.
How do you know about hemoglobin?
I know hemoglobin is your blood.
Yeah, that's I learned that in
And
biology.
DNA, dinucleic acid,
Dioxidic. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
dioxidic nucleic acid,
As in Afrikaans.
dielectric nucleic acid. I think we butchered this.
Dialectic. Never far.
Okay, this is checkpoint
Now that
chat.
we've sidetracked,
we butcher DNA and talk about
we
video
splice
games
it
here.
and we bring it back together to make cheesecake. This is
Fuck, that made me feel really guilty about what I just ate.
no. Why do you feel guilty?
You can grab a Red Bull, by the way. I see you glancing at the fridge.
I know. I was looking to see where I put my plate.
I
I look at the fridge longingly.
Red Bull. There's like one can left.
Oh my god! Let's have a look here. Oh, wow, it's in the corner. No, I won't rob you of your last can.
No, you can. It's your can too. We talk about video games here.
Sometimes we talk about
Sometimes.
video
Man,
games.
this is the longest intro we've ever had. This is crazy.
We nailed it. World record, 16 minutes of speaking about cheesecake.
I think in episode 69, it just needs to be 69 minutes of bullshit talk.
69 minutes of us giggling. Welcome to the naughty episode.
It just sounds like an episode of Beavis and Butthead for like 69 minutes.
Oh my God. We'll do that. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll record a minute and loop.
We're not cowards. We'll do it.
We'll do it. Don't challenge accepted.
Yeah. Video
What have
games.
you been playing?
Video games have been happening.
Video games.
Video games. Let me start with the bad video game.
No.
Yeah. Meu Deus.
Medilge. What game is this?
Man of Medan.
Medilge of Medan.
Medilge
oh
of
my
Medan.
God, no. Why is it so
Man
bad?
of Medan.
Tell me, what is Man of
Man of Medan. So you remember
Medan?
this little game called Until Dawn?
Yes, which I still want to play one day.
Yeah, so Until Dawn was this like cheesy slasher horror movie interactive game.
Really
made
good
by
though.
Supermassive.
I've
Yeah.
never played it, but from everyone I know who's played it loved.
It was like
Until
Sony
Dawn.
never gave it advertising. They kind of like let it out to die, but then it got this like
It was a cult
super
following.
cult following. Like it really hit the good balance between cheesy and like interesting and innovative. So basically there it was like you had a cast of teenagers and you were doing things like making dialogue choices and doing quick time events to try and keep them alive in this cabin, you know, with this killer.
Cabin of Doom.
Yeah, cabin in the woods.
Oh
But it
my.
was like the dialogue was like very stilted and weird, but in an endearing way. And like the characters all fell into those typical slasher movie tropes, like someone that you really hate, that you
Was the
can't wait to
jock,
die,
yeah.
like stuff like that. So, and it was the innovative part was like what Supermassive at the time, the developers called the butterfly effect. It was like it took all of your choices into consideration and really had so many different ways the story could end. Like you could have everyone survive by the end, or everyone dead, or these people alive, or these people. So
Sure.
it was pretty cool. So Man of Medan is a continuation of that style of game. It's not connected to Until Dawn. It's part of this new anthology called the Dark Pictures Anthology, which is meant to be a series of much shorter, similar experiences.
Haven't they said how many games they have planned? It's a lot.
I don't know if they've said an exact number, but they do. They've already teased the next one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Man of Medan is the first one, and it's like a ghost ship kind
Yar.
of mystery. Yeah, it's like these 4 people going out to investigate this wreck, this like World War II wreck, and then shenanigans happen, and they get kidnapped.
Shenanigans?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
shenanigans. They get kidnapped, and they end up aboard this ghost ship.
Oh,
With shit happening, and they're looking for this thing called Manchurian gold, which isn't really gold, but yeah. I think the problem with Man of Medan that I really have is like the story is not that good. Like it's still the cliche thing. It's like it's set on board a ghost ship, and it's got these like young adults who are kind of like insufferable, and it's got the tropes of like it knows it's being cheesy.
the moment you step on board, the ghost ship's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just like
You're like,
it's not
"Wow,
that
no."
interesting. It's like this is a ghost ship, and something's like kind of not right, but also like the central mystery of what's happening is like very evident very early on.
Reach the end, it's an old man on a speakerphone going, ooh. Like, I saw that coming a mile
And
away.
you take off the bed sheet from his head, and it's like would have gotten away with it.
Like,
Wasn't
where
for you
where
meddling kids.
So you said there were 4 characters in this game, right?
Yeah, there's no dog.
Is there a dog? Damn
No,
it.
There's no dog, unfortunately.
Please continue. So,
No, wait, hold on. There's 5.
so there is a Scooby-Doo.
There's 5, but they're all people.
Oh, okay. Scooby-Doo's been interpreted as a person now.
Yeah.
I see you, Man of Medan. I see-
Man of Medan. So you still do the same thing. You make choices, and the choices you make influence the relationships that you have between the individual characters, and like in between. Well, during sections, you'll like explore the spaces that you have, and like depending on certain items you pick up or certain conversations you have, the story will steer in a particular way. Like very early on, I'm going on the scuba dive, and I can choose to take this. What's it called? they called it, I think, like a boomstick or something. I don't know.
Boomstick.
And it helped me open like a door in the wreck. But it also left the people aboard the ship defenseless. So I wondered, like, immediately, if I'd left it there,
yeah, what
difference would it have made? So stuff like that is pretty cool, and it's interesting to think about where, like, how those things are stitched together. The problem is they stitch together so obviously and so poorly sometimes that it's annoying. Like, there were parts where a scene would end with a character in a certain spot, and the next scene would see that same character in a completely different spot for no particular reason.
Right.
Or like in a different stance. Or like I would have a conversation that was between 3 people and suddenly there'll be 4 people. Like, and no real explanation.
It turns out the 4th person's the ghost the whole time.
Yeah, it was like, it's like a lot of the first act takes place on this really small boat. So there's not really many places to go, but like, characters will disappear for ages at a time, and it's like no one really questions.
Where did you go? Oh, I was swimming.
I was just there.
I was off camera. What are you talking about?
I was off camera. I was right here. God. So it's like weird things like that, and then like you can kind of, it's not as seamless as Until Dawn made it. Like, and Until Dawn made all the decisions feel organic and like totally part of the story. Here it feels like, okay, you've made this decision. We've got to kind of still get to this point. So how are we going to link the two? And it doesn't fit together as nicely.
No, but isn't there, so maybe I'm getting ahead of you, but isn't there also some, well, their spin or their mechanic is that you play like co-op with someone? Or...
Yeah, so that's an alternative way to play. So I played alone.
Okay.
But then there's 2 ways you can play co-op, which are quite interesting, I think. The one is a local option. So like you get a bunch of friends around, up to 5 people around, you all play local co-op and you all take individual control of one of the 5 main characters. So each player then is trying to keep their character alive as much as they can, which usually means as long as you don't miss a fucking QTE, you're fine. Because for me, no matter what decisions I made, I just slipped up once on a QTE and the character's dead. It's just like, well, fuck this.
Damn it.
Excuse me. So that's kind of a cool thing because it's like, because Man of Medan's like 3-4 hours, you can easily do it in an evening with a bunch of friends, and it's like a fun social way to do it.
Unless one of them dies like immediately.
Yeah, then that dude's just sitting there like watching everyone else
Damn
carry
it,
on.
Susan.
Yeah.
Be faster, the QTE.
God, Karen. Then there's another mode, which is an online mode, where the story plays out in parallel between the 2 players. But you'll take control of separate scenes. So sometimes, like in the beginning, there's a scene where 2 characters go on the scuba dive down to the wreck and the other 3 stay on the ship.
Yeah.
So in the online mode, one player would play out the portion with the 2 characters scuba diving, and the other player would play out aboard the ship.
Aboard the ship, okay.
And either player wouldn't see the events of the other one. So you kind of have to like communicate or stitch together what's happening. And also in this mode, because it's breaking up the segments like this, the sections are a bit longer than they are in single player. So you get more context to what's happening. And I think that's a really clever way to do online multiplayer. It still kind of needs someone that you're kind of close with to play with, because I think it wouldn't work with a random player.
Yeah.
But it's neat that you can actually play this like weird horror story online
together. Goddamn.
But yeah, it's like, it's not as good as Until Dawn, like at all. And I hope that the next one, which has already been teased for like early 2020, is a bit better.
So soon.
And I'm interested to see how they kind of like link, if it's just an anthology series or if there's like a through line between them. But yeah, that was Man of Medan.
The next one's set in New York and the ghost ship appears. You're like, what?
Ooh. They're like,
how?
We thought the Titanic sank.
How did it go? Oh my word! So the Man of the Medan ship is a Titanic.
No, it's some
spoilers.
Warship. Some warship.
Damn, Titanic was a warship against icebergs.
Yeah, it failed its mission.
It failed its mission. Bad joke.
What you been playing?
I've been playing a variety of things. So still at my Super Mario Maker nonsense. Having a good time with that game. Playing some online stuff. Getting some people to send me levels. Struggling along, but getting sweet satisfaction when I figure out how to do a level.
What's one of the coolest levels you played?
So like this week I played a level where So I played 2 levels from one of my viewers, and the one was designed in a way that there was a 20-second timer, and you had to basically speed run the level.
Oh, cool.
So it's literally, you hold your sprint button, you have to make very tight jumps and platform along. But they designed it so well that you have to do it absolutely perfectly, else you won't make it to the flag.
I like those levels. That's cool.
It's really cool because when I made it to the flag, often I was like a pixel distance away. Like, damn it, like I died just as the time ran out. I needed just like touch up somewhere. But they did it so well that it was a thing of, this is something new I learned. So I think it was set in like the OG Mario style. If you can jump into like a dry bone shell, those white shells, and jump along in it. But if you hold down, you move down faster. Which I didn't know. And then if you hold down, you can also, so you can fall straight down, but you can also fall down slightly diagonally, if that makes sense. So where I was losing time, he pointed out, is that I was pushing down, but I wasn't pushing right to make it to the floor to the right quicker. Just a like little split second.
So wait, was he watching you on Twitch?
He was watching on Twitch.
So he gave you a hint.
So he was like, everything's fine, but you're not doing this. And it was I just really enjoyed that this level was designed like that perfectly that you have to. There's no room for error. You have to do it this way.
That means it's like he ran through that level.
I asked. I was like, how did you? Because I'm always curious to how do people play test that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And halfway through the level there's a conveyor belt and a door, and he said it just helped him split up the level that he knew if you got to the door at this time it would work.
Okay.
So it was just like there's just subtle, clever ways.
So he
like
did it
that
in like little segments. He's like, okay, I have to take exactly 5 seconds here or whatever. Yeah.
Then I did one of his other levels, which it sort of utilized the same mechanic of he really likes those dry bone shells.
Okay.
But it's also a speedrun level, except it was 30 seconds long, but it's a little bit more forgiving. It doesn't not as precise, but you still have to be very quick. But this level took me 45 minutes to finish.
Holy damn.
But when I finish it, that's why I play these games. It's like, I did it.
Is that the one that you posted on Twitter?
I posted on Twitter,
Okay.
It's a good time. Really, really good time. So I'm enjoying that. And
you're becoming real good at Mario games now.
But when I see levels like that, I'm like, that is a lot of hard work. But then I see other people playing levels, I'm like, damn. There are some levels out there that are beyond me that I haven't even touched yet. So I'll get there. But it inspired me to pick up an old favorite, Celeste. Because coincidentally, there's a new DLC for Celeste. So I haven't finished it yet. But
it's called Chapter 9?
Chapter 9. Yeah, I think it's
Farewell.
Chapter 9 Farewell, yeah. So I've played maybe 45 minutes of it. And it's just Celeste. It's really good. New that they've introduced. So the story basically picks up after the end of the OG Celeste, where, spoiler, Madeline makes it to the top of the mountain, and then that's essentially the end of the game. But you remember the old lady,
the one that always taunted you.
So this game starts out where you basically with her on the mountain and looking at a view, and then there's a crack of lightning and it shows like time's passed and it's her gravestone. So Madeline's like, damn it, like I can't believe you're gone, this, that. So this chapter is basically her dealing with the death of this old lady.
Okay.
Because the premise is the old lady's gone, and then Madeline's sort of alter ego, evil Madeline, whatever.
Madeline.
She points out, like, I can't believe you didn't come to the funeral.
Oh, damn.
And Madeline's like, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So this
obviously Madeline's anxiety.
Yeah, so this episode sets it up. It's her dealing with that. Like, she didn't make it. Maybe getting some I assume getting some closure on the matter.
So she's still climbing the mountain?
No. So what happens is, do you remember that little bird that appears every now and then? The bird throughout the game gives you like hints.
Yes.
Okay. So she sees the bird, and then she's like, I have to follow it.
Okay.
And evil Madeline's like, wow. And Madeline says, the bird is to the old lady what you are to me. Like, there's a connection there somewhere.
Okay.
So it's just, that's how the premise is set up. And then it's weird. You're not on the mountain. You sort of shoot up into space. And that's where the premise is. And now you're busy platforming along new mechanics and stuff in, I suppose, outer space.
I've seen some videos of the new mechanics. It looks intense.
Yeah. I haven't played too much. But there's there's two new mechanics actually. The one, it's like this weird, it looks like a goldfish almost.
Oh.
But you know, those fish are like puff up.
Oh, like the puffer fish.
Yeah, like a puffer, but it's not. It doesn't look like a puffer fish, but it sort of acts like a puffer fish where you can jump in it and move it around. But if you approach it from a certain angle, it explodes and it launches you.
Oh, okay.
So they've set up some interesting puzzles of like you have to sort of bounce along it and set it up for it to explode you to like a far jump.
That's cool.
To make a far jump,
That's
for example. And then one of the other mechanics I've seen is that there's like a jellyfish, which you can use to sort of glide along far distances.
Can you like hold on to it?
You hold on to it, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So those are the two new mechanics I've seen. And I'm only on, I suppose, the first segment of Chapter 9. But the puzzles, it starts out, I'm like, yeah, you're talking to someone who's humble brag, like done B-sides and C-sides. Like I've done the hardest of the hard shit that Celeste
can throw at you. Yeah.
But these levels are still presenting like a bit of a challenge.
Okay.
I'm not just going through it doing it first time. I really have to sit and be like, how do I solve this? And it's always interesting how you think a game's done what it could do, and then the developer's like, no, like we've got new tricks up our sleeves, and this is exactly that. Where I'm like, oh, that's so clever. But not only with new mechanics, there was one segment which uses those little springs.
God, those, man, I could never get the timing.
So it uses that, but this specific puzzle just used them in a different way, and it's like, okay, that's really cool. So it's just them using the existing stuff and adding new ideas and giving the fans a whole new chapter. And it's cool because, like I've said with the story, it doesn't feel like it's oh hey, we're just doing this for shits and giggles. Like they've given it some context. There's like a
agency, story to it. Yeah.
So I'm still figuring out what's going on, but the premise is there and it's really cool. Like,
and it's like 100 new rooms. Hey?
It's 100 new rooms. Yeah, I've probably done, I don't know, like 10, 15 of them, maybe 20. I don't know.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll finish it and talk more about it next week. Probably.
It's 40 minutes of new music as well from Man of Medan. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
I want to say the chapter doesn't have strawberries. It's straight up. It's got one golden strawberry. Do you know what a golden strawberry is?
I remember you mentioned it. I was like, I had no idea these existed.
Yeah, you have to finish. You pick it up at the beginning of the level, and you can only collect it if you finish the whole level without dying.
Fuck that.
So there's one of those, but there's no other strawberries.
The whole level, which means the whole act.
The whole act, yeah.
No.
Which I'm like, yo,
no.
that is oh Jesus.
Did you ever get a golden one in the?
I did on the first level.
The first act.
The first act, yeah.
My God.
It's like
But
then the rest I was like, no.
Yeah,
These levels are way too long.
Imagine doing the hotel, trying to do the whole hotel.
Not even the hotel, the stuff after that.
Jeez, I mean the hotel, like with the little boss battle at the end as well. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, it's intense. So yeah, Celeste Chapter 9, it's a good time.
It's cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know they said they have no plans for a sequel.
Which, I'm fine with that.
I mean, Matt Thorsten makes great games and each game is different.
So, and this is definitely closing the chapter on Celeste. So I mean, I would almost be not upset, but I'd be like, okay, Celeste 2, what else are you telling here in this universe? Like, is it really more to tell? Or are you just stretching it out for the hell of it? So,
you never know though, like people considered Spelunky like a perfect game and we're getting
a sequel. No, you never know. In a couple of years maybe.
Yeah, maybe he has an idea that on how to like evolve it in a way.
You're not climbing a mountain, you are swimming in the ocean.
But I definitely think that they'll probably move on to something else in between.
Yeah. No, well, they actually started a new studio.
Yeah, they did. They formalized like a studio name.
Yeah, which is cool. And it's got that the OG and a bunch of other people, so they're going to do some good work, I reckon.
And he's Matt Thorsten's busy making some Mario Maker levels.
Oh man, I actually haven't played more of them, but I need to get back to them. Yeah, but so I've been playing Celeste and I finished Control earlier this week. I'd love to talk about the game,
Did
but
it control your attention?
It controlled my attention, but I'd rather talk about it when you've played it because it's one of those games where I could tell you it's really good and I could tell you a bit about the world.
And
but
I could be like, you're talking bullshit.
But I don't want to talk too much about it because I'd rather save those surprises for you and just I'd rather in a few weeks, whatever, we talk about it when we've both finished it. And we can, actually dive into it.
Okay.
Because it's an intriguing game and I don't want to get too deep into stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Would recommend though if you guys haven't played Control.
I mean, I have it. I'm just.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to play it essentially because I've been playing Gears 5.
You Gears 5.
Segued like a
Tell us.
pro.
Tell us about Gears 5.
Yeah, so I've been playing a bit of Gears 5. I played a lot of it last night. That game's good.
Vrim.
Vrim
Simulator.
Vrim. And that game is I'm playing the campaign for now, and I think about halfway. It gets off to a bit of a slow start. I find like a bit of a this is normal Gears, whatever. Like it's good, but it's like not new and exciting, and then it starts really getting exciting, taking you to like completely new locales. That's the one thing about this game. It's so pretty. Like, holy shit, it's pretty. It's like Gears of War was synonymous with that time where every game was like brown and dreary and whatever. This game is bright and colorful, takes you to loads of like really exotic and colorful places within the Gears universe.
But even with the rest of the Gears franchise, despite it being brown and like inverted commas ugly, I always remember those games being visually cutting
stunning,
edge. Holy shit! I can't believe the 360 can do these visuals.
Can
that
manage
sort of
this.
thing.
Yeah, it's like, and it's the same with the X now. This is almost like a showpiece for the Xbox One X because
it's like, of X.
It's running at like 4K. It's 60 frames per second as well, and it's got like an incredible HDR implementation.
Nice.
Like even Digital Foundry, they dove into it and they're like, this is like.
How does it run on the base X? I mean, on the base.
On the
Xbox
base, as
One?
far as I know, it doesn't go to 60. It locks at 30.
Okay.
And then at 1080p, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's the concession there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just. I mean, it's on PC as well, and apparently the port is really, really good.
One day I'll get Game Pass and I'll play it myself.
So, but the game itself is just really fun. You play. Well, the first chapter you play is JD, who was the protagonist in 4, and then from chapter 2 onwards you play as Kate, who was part of your squad in the last game, and kind of like dealing with her personal stuff that was revealed at the end of 4, like her connection to the Locust and the Swarm.
Oh no!
But it's just. It feels more open and expansive, this one. You've got these like little hub areas that you get to explore a bit more freely. There's some good pacing where it's not just non-stop action. There's some really good character moments as well.
That's cool.
And it's just like all around, I think it's a real step forward for Gears. Because 4 was good, but it was like really safe. It was like, this is nice.
Same
and I
formula,
remember why I like Gears, but this is exactly what
it
it is. Like,
well, I think it's not only a step forward for Gears, but for Xbox as well, because I think they finally have a game, not just a lone game, but it seems like it's a good game in a drought of exclusives.
Yeah.
So
definitely a really strong exclusive. And also like the Coalition is a studio formed to create Gears games, and like after Gears 4, it just seemed like they're going to churn out the same thing over and over. So it's really nice to see them go, hey, this is what we think the future of Gears of War is like, and it's like kind of exciting.
But people were worried. Well, I mean, I'll say people. I know you and I were worried about Gears, and just in general, people were actually worried about Gears because leading up to the launch, we didn't know much about the campaign.
Yeah, they hadn't shown a thing.
And even the showings at E3s and stuff, I felt weren't that strong.
Yeah,
it was like this E3.
They didn't really show anything. Yeah,
this E3 was such a weird thing where who's the head of Coalition?
Rod Ferguson.
Yeah, he came on stage like, yeah, we've got Gears stuff to show you. Then they have this really epic production value, like the stage lights up, then the camera goes into the stage, and then they're under the stage, and you're expecting this like wow activation, and it just zooms in.
Yeah, it was like, hey, we've got this multiplayer mode.
And like, okay,
yeah,
that was like, a bit of a letdown.
Cool, yeah.
That's nice.
It was weird, and I wonder if it was because they didn't want to show their hand too soon. They were like, let's see how people react to the surprise of like us changing the formula a bit, because it's like they changed a lot. It's not just these open like hub worlds that you explore. That's kind of new. You also, it feels more RPG-ish. Like you've got this a robot called Jack who's been in all of the games, but he's been a passive character that just does things. You never really control him. Now you get to equip him with certain abilities and like buffs. So like I can use him to stun enemies, or I can use him to give me like armor when I'm like dying.
That's cool.
And then I can change the abilities that he has and find items in the world that upgrade his like survivability or his stealth and stuff like that. And it's like this like companion thing that is like a very light RPG layer on top of the normal shooting, which is really good. So there's cool things like that, which, it's just different for the franchise, and I think it's good.
Fun facts.
I'm very excited to play the multiplayer.
Oh, nice. Some Vreem. I think, doesn't the collector's edition come with an actual drone?
Yes, of Jack.
Of Jack, which is, that's quite a cool little tie-in.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Fly around in real life with Jack, stun people you don't like.
You need to play, because we need to play Horde mode. Horde mode's my jam, man. That wave-based survival, it's so good.
I mean, it's got PC crossplay. You haven't played on PC yet?
No, I haven't. I should download it on PC.
I mean, what difference would it make if you're getting 4K 60 FPS?
Exactly. My monitor's only 1080p, so I'd get the benefit of 144 hertz maybe. But even then, I'd rather just play on my...
You could frag your enemies faster.
Yeah, I could. But then I'd lose HDR as well, because I don't have a... But I like it on TV anyway. I play it with the controller.
That's a game you need to sit back and enjoy for cinematics and pew pew.
But yeah, you need to get in on that Horde mode. It's a good time.
Well, one day when I have time, Game Pass, we'll stram it, ream it.
I'll
yes.
Ream it. It annoys me that they've changed the button for the chainsaw. It used to always be B, and now it's RB, and I'm just this is weird.
So do you have to push the thing in?
No. RB's the shoulder, trigger, yeah. It's just I've been playing Gears for almost a decade, and
why do this?
Why is it suddenly my muscle memory is completely fucking wrecked now? Yeah.
The only Gears I've played was Gears of War 1 on PC. So long ago. Yeah, it was good, and I've just never played any of the others.
I distinctly remember playing Gears 1 because I remember seeing everyone that cinematic trailer with Mad World playing.
Oh, that is really good trailer.
Really good trailer. And not really knowing much beyond, because I didn't really follow games coverage then. I was a teenager or whatever. Yeah. And I just remember on a whim, my parents were going out and I had some cash, and I'm like, can you just pick up this game called Gears of War? Whatever. And I remember playing that and being like, oh my God.
Oh boy.
It was game changing.
But Gears, the first Gears of War was sort of it set the formula for cover-based shooters. Because I don't think there was stuff before that, but it wasn't done
like
nearly,
that. Yeah, it Batman Arkham Asylum kind of paved the way for that sort of combat. Gears of War and cover shooters was exactly that.
I think
Uncharted adapted from it.
All of those
everything. I mean, Tomb Raider now does that as well. Yeah, it set that formula, and the first Gears of War is still so good. It's so well paced. It's weird and different, and you had fucking guns with chainsaws on them, and you were fighting these monsters and
these locusts.
Yeah,
it was
good.
Very different, and I think just a nice little addition to gaming at the time.
And also just really interesting. You had in the first one you had emergence holes, so enemies would just spawn infinitely until you close their spawn point. Essentially, it just changed little rules that made it interesting. Cliff Bleszinski was really good.
How many did he work on?
The first trilogy.
It was just the first trilogy, okay. And then he went on, did his own thing.
Yeah, maybe he's returning to games. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
No,
that's our games this week. I've got nothing else to talk about.
Okay.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We're gonna go eat more cheesecake.
Oh my God! I'll die. Good thing we're running tomorrow.
I'll fucking throw up if I have more cheesecake. Should we get into releases?
Game releases. So Borderlands 3 is out as we speak.
And it seems to
apparently
be a hot mess.
it's which is such an interesting thing, because Borderlands 3, there were a whole lot of early reviews that came out from 15 publications or 20.
Well, yeah, the ones that 2K decided to
these select few all got given not review copies of the game. They got given Epic accounts where they would play the review copy of the game. And the initial review is really high. I think on Metacritic it was on 80, 85, 86,
somewhere
87.
around there.
And it still is there. Okay, but follow-up reviews, and just now that the game's out in the wild, it looks like there are a lot of technical issues with Borderlands 3.
Performance seems to be a real problem on PC. The DirectX 12 version is fucking completely broken. And it seems base console performance is bad. Darren,
with that tweet he had.
Thing. Yeah, he has this crazy input lag, which seems to only be attributed to base consoles, which is fucking bizarre.
I remember him following up the tweet with he put HDR off
and he said it helped a bit, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. So, but it's so funny because now, so Michael, and I have been having this conversation like, are we going to buy Borderlands 3 on release? And it's, I mean, I've said on this show many times, like, I probably will buy Borderlands 3 because I loved Borderlands 2. I loved the pre-sequel. But you and I know we've both been a bit cautious, like, is it going to be just Borderlands? Is it going to be, is it going to evolve the formula? And then yesterday we had a conversation and we're like, yeah, the reviews, you get people that say it's more Borderlands 2, 10 out of 10, or it's more Borderlands 2, 0 out of 10. Like, they didn't evolve. So it's like,
it depends
depends what you're looking for. And I do think I'd be more in the camp of, hey, like, I enjoyed Borderlands 2, but I'm also worried, like, maybe I want more from the game. So we both say, like, you know what, it's a sell game. We'll wait for now.
I have no
rush.
No real rush to play it, and especially now that, I mean, both of us want to play on PC, so like it seems
it's like
the worst time to get that on PC, so rather wait for it to get fixed.
Yeah. Might get crossplay even, so we'll see. Ooh. We'll see. Mm-hmm.
So that came out yesterday, but we're looking at games from the 14th of September to the 20th.
Oh boy.
Lots of good things.
Lots of good
let's see. Got this game called Naughty Crawl. Like nautical, but not crawl.
Naughty Crawl.
20,000 atmospheres coming to PC. Jet Cave Adventure. Cave with a K.
Okay.
Weird. Session, that weird like skateboarding game that looks like Skate. It's coming to early access and Xbox preview on September 17th. Rebel Cops, which I saw a bit of. It looks kind of weird.
What the hell? I'm more interested in the game that follows, Groundhog Day, like father, like son. Oh, it's a PSVR Rift and Vive game. Okay, I was like, I've never heard of it.
VR game.
VR
game. Lego Jurassic World coming to Switch September 17th as well.
Castle Crashers
Remastered.
I never played that.
Castle Crashers is so much fun.
I think I own that game. Are they the same people who made, what is their follow-up game? Battle Block Theatre.
Yes.
It's the same people, right?
I think so, yeah.
I never played Castle
Crashers.
But it looked like a good time.
Color-coded nights. It's a good time.
I think it's the same dudes.
It's fun. On Switch, that'll be a good time. Truck Driver.
Truck Driver, wow.
Yeah, vroom, vroom.
It's in the name.
Coming to PC PC in November.
Oh boy.
Consoles, September 17th.
Exercise the demons.
Exorcise.
Not exercise.
Not exercise. This isn't a hellish Wii Fit game.
No.
No. Oh, yeah. We'll get there.
I'll still need to watch that.
Pilates ring. Yeah. Hell yeah. Little Misfortune. I like that name. Little Misfortune. Like Little Red Riding Hood, but Misfortune.
But the word misfortune, not miss.
PC, September 18th. Sega Mega Drive and the Genesis Mini Console launch, which has been getting stellar reviews.
Really?
Yeah, very, very good reviews. My former reviews editor and friend at GameSpot, Peter Brown, he's a retro games aficionado. He's the type of guy that's like buying CRTs and doing the whole thing. And he reviewed this for GameSpot, and he said it's like for someone who is not interested in, going all in on trying to get the perfect experience with a lot of work, this is like the next best thing.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's got like 40 games. It's got very faithful recreations. Got a lot of good options. So, yeah.
I mean, my only thing is Sega Mega Drive. I just think Sonic. And
Echo the Dolphin.
I know there are other good games, but damn.
It's weird. I kind of feel like I want to play it because I read Console Wars. And it's like, I never had an attachment to any of these games, but I recognize so many of them because of that book. It's like I kind of want to play them.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we grew up playing, like in South Africa, we're very much a Nintendo country or a Golden China country.
Yeah, definitely a Golden China
little knockoff.
Little 2001 Famicom looking pieces of shit.
Yeah. So I just have no affinity to Sega other than Sonic, which is one of those games where I think everyone's played it at some point, somewhere through a friend, whatever. So when I think of the little Sega Master System, I'm like,
I kind of want to. I just want to pick it up and I just want to play because like I read Console Wars and it's like all these games that I know the names of but never actually played. Yeah. Never really tried. So like Yeah.
At least you can play your SNES games now on a Switch.
Yeah, I don't need this piece of shit anymore.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, like, it's so funny they launched that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, by the way, we're giving it to you anyway.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
on a much more portable
But you know what's
platform.
cool with that is that that's something you can just always keep.
Yeah, it's true. Should just
So
frame it.
it's built. Just frame it.
Yeah, now we get into the real shit of this week. Okay.
Oh boy.
So we've got Police Stories, which looks like a cool, like, little top-down shooter thing. Your favorite game of the week, Train Simulator 2020.
Wow.
Choo, motherfucker.
I can't believe it's here a year early.
Choo.
Choo. Can I buy the Thomas the Tank Engine DLC?
You better.
I'll pay for that.
Have you seen that video of Thomas the Tank Engine, like, tricks? Someone
No.
built, like, like an actual collector train track.
Yes.
And he's playing this, like, gangster version of Thomas the Train Engine, and this thing is just doing flips and rings, and it's so fucking good. It's like
That's amazing.
one of the best tweets I've ever seen.
I need to see it.
Grid Autosport coming to Switch, which is strange.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom. Apple Arcade launching on September 19th. This is the $5 a month subscription service, and you get a lot of mobile games, a lot of exclusive mobile games as well.
Okay. That's
And now with
interesting.
iOS 13 introducing support for DualShocks and Xbox Bluetooth controllers, the sky's the limit, my friend.
Can I connect my phone to my TV?
Do you have an Apple TV?
I don't.
No,
Damn it. But you could play like that then.
Probably,
if you wanted
yes,
to, yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Then we've got
Untitled Goose Game? Wait, I'm jumping. Oh, wait.
jumping
Sorry,
way
I'm
ahead,
jumping
yeah.
way ahead.
The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening coming to
Yes,
Switch
next
September
week.
20th. So excited to play that.
Is that
Like,
next
absolutely excited.
Friday?
Next Friday, yeah.
How nice.
Tracks, Xbox One. Zenith coming to Switch. Untitled Goose Game, PC and Switch. Oh my god, I'm so excited to play this
I'm
game.
curious to see the reviews of this game because, look, I want it to do well. It's got lots of hype. I hope the game's actually
I think it looks like Metal Gear Goose, and I'm
Metal
there
Gear
for
Goose,
it.
and you're there.
Yeah, I'm
that's
there
cool.
for it. It's got a great art. I just also love that they just called it Untitled Goose
Untitled
Game.
Goose Game,
It's
yeah.
fucking hilarious, I think. We've got Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, remastered. So it's the first game, remastered for PC and PS4, and then also releasing on Switch.
Why did they
which is
separate
cool.
that? One's remastered,
Yeah, one's remastered, one's out
not.
on Switch. Yeah. Also on that day, Nintendo's launching a new console, the Nintendo Switch Lite. Fuck, this Friday is intense.
You're actually going to be around for
the launch. Yeah, I'll be here.
Damn, there's a lot of shit that...
Yeah, I'm not going to India anymore, by the
Surprise.
way. Fuck. Yeah, the less I say about that, the better.
Don't lose your job.
Yeah, exactly. Got then two other games. This Sojourn? Sounds like a spice.
Sojourn,
Sojourn.
the new meal from Michelin star French Gaston.
Ratatouille. And then Niflheim coming to PS4.
Oh boy,
Xbox
is
One,
that
and
a
Switch.
Diablo game?
Maybe, yeah.
Wait, it's spelled with a double F. I don't know.
So yeah, that is
That's quite a
that's
week of games.
That is a week.
Well, top pick, Legend of Zelda and Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, definitely.
Give me
And then
the
next,
game.
the week after, Ori and the Blind Forest.
on Switch. No. Too much to play.
So much to play. Yeah.
And now
And
I've
beginning
got
of October
so
just
much.
doesn't slow down.
No,
either. It's
stop
just
it.
Fucking crazy.
I've honestly thought about all the games coming out. I'm like, I've never been at a place where, I mean, I've got a backlog of games, but I've always been really good at finishing games. Like whatever I start, I generally finish. Don't worry, I will finish Spider-Man. In case someone's like, "Oh, you haven't finished Spider-Man."
Oh, have you not? I thought you
haven't.
had.
No,
Oh.
but it's the first time I've thought, shit. The pace of games coming in it's quite high at the moment. Because I usually pick what I want to play, and I've got a good stretch of time to finish it. But now, though, it feels like there's just too much.
Yeah, there's so much. And a lot of what's coming out is also like, it's not only good, but it's long.
It's
like,
long.
There's a lot of game to play and a lot of these.
Oh man, Killer Queen. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out.
Killer Queen I'm excited for. I don't know if you've ever played Killer Queen.
I've never played it. I've heard a lot about it.
I played it at an arcade in San Francisco, and with random people, it's so much fun. Yeah, it's a really good.
What is it?
It's a multiplayer game where it's like, I think it's 4 against 4, 3 against 3, and you each take control of like a bee knight thing. I can't remember. No. So each player is a different character.
Yeah.
So one will be like a fighter, one will be like a harvester. I might be butchering this. I played this like 2 years ago. Anyway, so I know it's 4v4. I just know that it's a multiplayer game and there's like three different ways to win a round. So there's always like this like balance of seeing what your enemy's not focusing on and trying to. So there's like a snail at the bottom of the screen that if you get it to your side, you automatically win. Then there's also like if you kill the enemy X number of times, you win. And then there's another one. It's like gathering a resource, I think, and bringing it back to your base. Yeah, something like that. So it's like three different ways to win, and always like this tug of war kind of like.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And it's coming to
It's
Switch.
a fantastic fucking party game.
Nice.
I'll tell you that.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming to PC as well. PC and okay, but that we're getting ahead. That's in October.
Yeah, that's in October. Yeah.
Damn.
But it got a release date this week, so I guess it's
okay.
pertinent.
Okay. Cool. So now some of them news. What a week in news. What happened? I don't actually know what happened in news. Do I know? What happened?
We got 50 minutes of Death Stranding gameplay.
Oh my!
Which kind of
Stranding.
Look cool.
I haven't watched it.
I'm down. I'm fucking down.
You down for Norman Reedus walking simulator?
It's a fucking walking simulator, and I'm there.
After 2 more years of updates, it might be a Dead Cells 2. Wow! How did I miss this?
Yeah, there may be a Dead Cells 2.
Whatever. I like Dead Cells. A good
I still
time.
haven't finished Dead Cells.
You monster. You haven't finished Ori either, so...
I know.
I don't know why we're friends. It's okay.
Gears of War 5 is getting seasonal update content. Shocker.
Nice.
This fucking head.
Yeah, this is not related to gaming, but related to...
Comic-Con.
To Comic-Con, I guess.
What's his name? Isaac Hempstead Wright. The staring Bran dude.
Who plays a Bran Stark?
Bran Stark. That's the one in Game of Thrones.
Bran
so Bran Flakes on Comic-Con Africa. Fuck, I love it. Jeff, you genius.
You have to read it in Bran's voice, though. I flaked on Comic-Con.
I foresaw this ages ago.
Why do you think I didn't come all this way?
Why do you think I came all this way? Fuck you, I'm king now.
I'm the king. Star Wars Pinball on Nintendo Switch review.
Ooh.
The Empire tilts back. What a headline.
Darren,
you did it again.
Take a fucking bow. Yeah, he loves these pinball games.
Yeah, he really does.
And I think the Switch is a cool...
that's actually a good platform for...
If you put it in... What's that mode? Tate mode. Tate mode.
Portrait mode.
Yeah, portrait mode, yes, that.
Portrait mode. Borderlands 3 seems to be a bit of a mess, which we've already covered.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Oh, wait, did they fucking... Because yesterday was Friday the 13th.
Oh, did they put... I think Darren definitely would.
Because Jeff did it here.
Oh, boy.
It's like front and center.
That's so good. Steam updates its recommendation algorithms to give more precise and diverse recommendations.
Steam's been trying to update its recommendation stuff for fucking ever. So, like, its store is just a mess. So, who knows? Maybe, there's like two things that are constant in this world. The Xbox dashboard will always be terrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
I
hate it so much.
And Steam will always be terrible. So, yeah. The Game Awards are happening on December 12th. Good old Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley.
He confirmed that. Let's see. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot launches in January with a fucking terrible looking statue.
What the hell is that collector's edition?
It's garbage.
It's Goku on a cloud, and is that a dinosaur?
Yeah.
What on earth?
I mean, it's a scene from Dragon Ball, but it just looks like shit. Like that, and that box art is fucking shit. The game doesn't look like.
It's actually hurting my eyes. Yeah. Please, can we scroll down?
Okay.
Okay, we go. Okay. You need to explain this thing to me.
Okay. So Nintendo's announced a new peripheral for the Switch, which is basically like a Pilates ring. It's a fucking Pilates ring that has
what it is. Yeah.
Has the Joy-Con on it, and then you have a little strap on your leg that you put the other Joy-Con in.
Nice.
And it's meant to be a fitness-based game that connects to this like RPG, which they are calling Ring Fit Adventure, which is a really unfortunate name. Really, really bad.
Let's not dive into that.
So basically, it's like this RPG where it looks like you do attacks and actions in the game by moving this Pilates ring in certain ways. Like squeezing it for like arm challenges or like putting it between your legs and doing like, I don't know, Pilates rings.
Wow, it's Pilates Adventures. Welcome.
So that's the thing. This is like the success, I guess, to Wii Fit. And like, as much as I think it looks silly, this thing's going to fucking sell like hotcakes.
It's going to sell like hotcakes.
Yeah.
We're going to see all of the Let's Play videos.
Because it's like $80, you get a Pilates ring and you get this game, which is far more involved than just a fitness game. It's like this actual RPG, which kind of looks cool. But
$80 though.
it's like, shoot a fireball, squeeze the Pilates ring. Like, yeah, it's cool. Darren is fucking excited for this.
That is so...
He's so hyped to get fit.
Darren is already fit. He is so ripped.
I know, but he can
ripped.
always be more ripped.
He's ripped into shape for his Batman cosplay.
That dude is crazy.
Darren, you do not need to get more ripped. Stop it. You're going to break people.
Remember that a System Shock 3 was happening?
No.
No?
Oh, it actually got a gameplay trailer?
Yeah.
Wow.
It got an alpha gameplay trailer, which I haven't watched, but System Shock 3 is still a thing, which is baffling to me because it seems like the sort of thing that's a studio would say, hey, we're working on it, and then it just kind of like disappears. Yeah. So, yeah. The UK is looking into gambling in loot boxes again.
Damn.
Because, of course they are, because NBA 2K20 came out this week.
Is that a screenshot from the game? So
yeah,
it's just a
slot machine.
Wow.
Glenn got a lot of heat this week because he gave the game a very good review, and it turns out that all the gambling stuff is actually disabled locally because of our local gambling laws. So like the game is actually kind of better locally because it focuses on just
the actual game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We got a trailer for Neo 2.
Which
is going to be a prequel to Neo.
Oh no.
And it's out in early 2020.
Nicola
early
is excited.
2020 is becoming...
It's too busy. People need to start pushing the games.
I mean, you've got Game of the Year, Project Kakarot coming out, you know.
Followed by the not nearly the same quality of game like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, no, nowhere near.
Just a little Cyberpunk.
And even below that, Cyberpunk. Now we've got Neo.
New Ori.
No, Kakarot's just stealing the show there. Yeah.
Nintendo is laying
That's
down the law.
header.
Wow, another ROM website.
Yeah, Nintendo's suing another ROM website in the UK for like $2 million or something like that because they don't give a fuck.
Damn.
Yes,
Control.
okay, you can explain this to me.
So Remedy have outlined new content, a content roadmap for Control. So I think the first thing that's coming is a photo mode, which is
your best.
Playing that game. There's a lot of opportunity for really interesting and cool photos because the game visually is just makes your eyes cry tears of happiness. Literally the whole time I was dabbing my eyes like it's so beautiful. I'm gonna go shoot some stuff. But then it's got 3 other pieces of content coming up that I suppose just expand the game because I mean, so I finished the game now and it's pretty much like the story's ended, but there's still I still have post game content to do as well, and Control set in this building called the Old House, which is like ever shifting, always evolving. So they can really go wherever the hell they want with this game. But what's most interesting, so the first pack of content's called Expeditions.
Yeah,
I think.
It's a new game mode.
New game mode, and then I think it's followed by something called the Foundation, which is actual paid for DLC. I think.
Yes.
I suppose it just expands the story. But the one that's got everyone talking is this little teaser that's simply titled AWE. Okay, but when I read it, my first thing is if you play Control, AWE stands for Altered World Event, which is just a thing in the game. But they've stylized it that AWE, the top half, looks very much like the key art from Alan Wake. So it looks like we're getting a little Alan Wake tie-in in Control.
I think, because there was a lot of speculation that Alan Wake took place in the same sort of universe.
I don't understand the speculation because I'm going to be honest, a lot of stuff, you pick up bits and pieces and it straight out
explicitly
mentions stuff. It's like, where is Alan Wake set again?
Seattle?
No, but it's like Bright Falls or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, this should happen at Bright Falls. I'm like, no, okay, that's definitely Alan Wake. Then in one of the notes I picked up, Alan Wake is mentioned. I'm like, okay, it's definitely in the same
So Alan Wake
world.
was one of these other world.
No, it seems like there's a connection. They're not necessarily in another world, but that an event
No,
happened
but
there.
what's AW?
Altered world
Yeah,
event.
so Alan Wake could have been an altered world event.
Yeah, it seems like it. But when before this was announced, people were saying like, yeah, it seems like they're hinting at it, that Alan Wake took place in the same universe.
And you're like, it's
I was
way
like,
more
no,
explicit.
I'm pretty sure it is, because a couple of notes I've read, it seems like no, it's definitely
Okay.
in the same.
I mean, this teaser is really explicit because like the image in the text is literally the
it's
logo for Alan
literally,
Wake.
yeah.
It's him with his flashlight.
To be
like,
clear, they haven't said it's Alan Wake content, but I mean, she's like, you can see it a mile away that's the Alan Wake.
you
key
say
art,
altered
so-
world event. I say
say
Alan Wake expansion.
expansion. Oh, it's amazing that's the that acronym just works.
Or if you live in Cape Town, aware.
Aware. Aware.
You can
But
never unsee that.
It's no, I can't. You're
Control,
right.
the
I can't.
aware
The
expansion.
aware expansion. But I was chatting to Jeff, and while I was playing Control, I was telling him like, oh, it's cool that there's little nods to Alan Wake, and I said, I wonder if I'll ever find nods to Max Payne or Quantum Break, and he says, yeah, you don't see that because Remedy don't actually own those properties anymore.
Yeah,
which is very
because
sad.
Quantum Break is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been so cool to pick up a note and like, yeah, there was this event that happened. It's like a little nod
I mean,
to Quantum Break.
Quantum Break definitely could fit into that as another altered world event, because it's all time travel and shit like that. So, yeah, I don't know how Max Payne would work in there, but
No, but I was thinking like, even because you pick up a lot of notes, and it's just the lore in this game is so well written, and it's just interesting. Like a lot of the stuff you read. I read every note because it was like, oh damn, what a little interesting tale of something that happened to someone or whatever. But I mean, it would be cool if you find a note and it's like, yeah, in where was Max Payne set? New York? No, I don't know. If it was, but like a cop did this, Bob, and you'd know like, oh, that's a little Max Payne nod. But I haven't seen anything like that. And Jeff says it's because they don't.
Yeah, they don't
the
own it. I mean,
properties,
I don't
so-
even know who owns Max Payne anymore because Rockstar does
They're
that
not
third
Rockstar
one.
anymore.
So I don't know.
Maybe they're sitting on it. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, but regardless, it's going to be cool to see a little Alan Wake crossover. I mean, I don't know what it'll be, but
Aware.
it's going to, I don't know. Imagine we play it and it explains more stuff from Alan Wake. You're like, oh, that's why that happened. Or it's just a cool little backstory or link into the two worlds, whatever.
I must be honest, the one thing I'm like most excited for in playing Control is this thing that everyone on social media cannot stop talking about
Ashtray
called the
Maze.
Ashtray Maze. Yeah. I just want to know what the fuck that is.
It's, yeah.
Because
Play-
everyone's
play
like,
the
this
game.
thing is genius, it's incredible.
It's just, yeah. I won't tell you.
Okay, I'll get there.
It's
I'll get
a good little part of the game, though.
there. We got a new look at a Resident Evil game called Project Resistance. It's a four-player co-op game, and I think it looks kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm not hyped.
Yeah, it's actually an asymmetrical game. So someone plays as the mastermind who places zombies in the path of these four players and can take control of them, which is exactly how Zombie U's multiplayer worked, and that game is underrated as fuck, and you should play it. So good.
So look, to be clear, I'm not at all knocking. Like, can this game exist? Yes. Will it be fun? I don't know. It might be
I
fun.
don't know.
Okay.
Like,
But I'm more lamenting the fact that are we not getting Resident Evil 8 or Remake 3?
no, so there were teasers in this trailer for
were there?
Remake
Okay.
3, yeah.
Because I thought this definitely strikes me as so I watched the teaser trailer and then I watched the official gameplay trailer, and it really strikes me as like a side project.
Yes.
Where
yeah.
it's taking the engine from Resident Evil, the remake 2, and just
yeah.
using those tools to make like a multiplayer experience, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I'm like, please just don't forget about the main franchise, which they've really been doing so well with Resident Evil 7 and Remake 2. It's like, don't lose that. Don't go to old Capcom and then shoot
Don't lose sight of
random
what
shit.
really worked, yeah.
Yeah. But look, Project Resistance, I'm not like hot on it, but it could be fun.
It could
Like,
be.
I
It's
don't know.
just like I watched the trailer and I was just like really ambivalent towards it. It was just like, meh, whatever, you know. So
I'd be more excited if I don't know if maybe the 4v1 thing's putting me off. Like, I'd be more excited if it was more of like a Left 4 Dead spin. It's all
Yeah.
of you just running through missions.
I wonder if
or,
you can play it like that, where the mastermind
just does it.
Yeah.
But it's, you know what I mean? It's still going to be an enclosed thing. So I don't know if
I know
maybe
that
that's
melee
putting me
combat
off.
looked weird. And
Yeah, no, the one. So there are 4 characters, and they all have different strengths and weaknesses and perks. The one dude's perk is that he's good at fist fighting. I'm like, punching a zombie just looks stupid. Like,
also,
sorry,
you're gonna punch them, they're gonna open their mouth and bite you, and that's a game over.
No, that's it. Your hand's gone. What are you gonna do?
We got a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake at the Tokyo Game Show, and it looked hot.
Did you watch that trailer?
Oh my god!
So you never played 7, right?
No, I have. It's the only Final.
Is it the
7
only-
and 15.
Oh wait, did you play?
Yeah.
So this
And
trailer,
Crisis Core.
this trailer was cool because it showed a whole lot of new characters now that not
even new
new
ones that
characters.
aren't from the original.
No, there was
one.
There was one character. I'm like, you are not from
The
the
dude on the
original.
bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I've
like,
never
I have no
seen him.
idea who you are. But I mean, we saw a lot of the. So we saw all the Turks
Sid,
now.
Barrett.
Yeah, no. Did we see Sid?
Sid was there, wasn't he?
No, I
Maybe
don't
I'm
remember
wrong.
seeing. No, I think it was Sid. No, so Barrett we've seen, but there's part of the bad guys in the originals, this organization within Shinra called the Turks, which is
yes.
that's like Reno, and then what's it? I think the one guy's name is Guy, and then
Who's the guy from Crisis Core? Who's the Turk?
all 3 of them. You'll recognize him. They're all there.
The one from Crisis Core with the long hair. And he's got the dots on
Yes,
his
you work with him. In,
what's his name?
Sung.
Sung, yeah, you work with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you see all of them for the first time, which is very cool. And then we also got some sneak peeks of summons and more combat, more bosses. This game is
you got
looking
to see
so
Cloud
good.
in his love triangle with Tifa and Eric.
Which spawned a really good meme.
A really good meme, yes. I just like how they're both in his arm, and it's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
What's going on? Yeah, but again, I'm really excited for this game. But it's an episodic game. This is
Yeah.
episode 1.
It just looks huge, man.
There's a lot
Like,
of
it
love
looks
going
fucking
into this
crazy
game.
huge.
How are they going to follow this up?
And also, so now they've announced that the combat will also have a mode called Classic Mode, so you can play it exactly like Final Fantasy
That
VII.
I actually cannot believe. Like
It's crazy.
you're giving people this full ground up remake, but it's almost like they're trying to tick too many boxes. It's like, we don't want to piss off the original fans, so here you go. We're going to keep the original combat. But how does that work? You have to balance 2 systems now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's an ambitious as hell thing, but man, if they pull it off, they have this framework for the rest of the game. And
yeah.
I think that's pretty much
That
it.
news.
Yeah. Control got a patch on PS4, which is supposed to help performance.
Fix some stuff.
KFC's making a Colonel Sanders dating game, which
I
looks
saw
really
that.
funny.
That is
Colonel Sanders
amazing.
looks really attractive, though. I mean, look
He's
at him.
hot AF.
He's a handsome boy.
He's a handsome boy.
Handsome boy. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, so let's bounce to them questions.
Bounce! If you want to send us questions, you can tweet at us at Checkpoint Chat on Twitter. You can also email us, checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com, or you can get us on Facebook, facebook.com/checkpointchat.
We have 4 million emails today. Nothing
4
on Twitter,
million.
nothing on Facebook, but we have some good questions and emails. So let's start with...
Sorry, we missed the most important news. Sony wants you to call the X button the cross button, and they can get the fuck out of here.
that's
with that.
not going to happen. It's the X button.
It's the X button. Okay, moving on.
Which, sorry, led to a really cool... Did you see that social post by Xbox?
Yes.
Which, like, doesn't matter what we call it, we're all gamers. Like, Happy International Gamers Day.
Oh God.
It was so like, oh. Okay, from Good Pal Megs, he says, hello, Clippin'
Hello,
Pippin'
Megs.
Chickens. What is your favorite fruit?
Ooh.
This is an easy one for me.
I like a lot of fruit. Is this an easy one for you?
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever had a Miniola before?
A what?
A Miniola,
What's that?
it is a combination of a nachi and an orange.
Is this
It
some
is-
fucking government splicing
No.
experiment?
Maybe, I don't know. It only comes out sort of
Maniola.
towards the end of winter.
So is it like a clementine?
It's bigger. It looks so like in terms of the skin, it's like a dark orange. Like you think of a normal orange, okay? It's like a sort of bright orange. This is a dark orange.
And then it's sliced
it's
inside.
just yeah, but it's just there's something about the flavor it's delicious.
Is it more sour or sweet?
I don't know. It's sweet. No, sour. It's not sour, but it's
Maniola.
not sweet. It's really good. If I ever find them again, we'll try them.
Feast.
Good.
Okay.
If it's not that, nectarines are alive.
Nectarines are good. Nectarines are good. I really like strawberries and mango.
Cream. Mango's good.
Mango's so good
mango.
if someone prepares it for me because I hate slicing mango. Fuck, it's such a pain.
Interesting that's my favorite way to eat mango as well. That's when it's served to me.
Served to me, even fed to me with a fork into my mouth. I have a fruit which I don't like, but I think is the coolest looking fruit is the kiwi.
Kiwi, yeah. You don't like kiwi?
I'm not. I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite. But man, when you slice that thing open, that thing looks fucking cool.
Your favorite way to eat it is also having someone cut it.
Yeah, true. It's all furry on the outside, but then it's got this great green on the inside. It's so great. It's so cool. Cool looking fruit, that.
Okay. Who Chukpawa Chapa?
Chukpawa!
Why do game critics, even Checkpoint Chat's infamous Matty figure, forget about Remedy's actual first game, Death Rally? Came out 5 years before Max Payne. Is it because it was a PC exclusive and never saw the lights of day on console?
I've never heard of this game in my life.
I don't.
Let's look it up.
I'll just say Max Payne's their first game because that's the game that made them, I guess. I don't know.
What's it called?
It is called Death Rally. Damn.
Death Race.
No, Death Rally, yeah.
Death Rally.
Death Remedy from Remedy. Wow.
Is it from Remedy?
They made a racing game? I don't know.
It is. Remedy Entertainment, Apogee Software.
96. I'll tell you why, Megs, because I was 8 years old at the time. I didn't know much about it.
Do you want to see some gameplay?
Yeah, let's see this. Wow, is this the actual
Remedy's
first
logo
game?
hasn't really changed much.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we're busy YouTubing Death Rally long play. But first we're going to hear about Grammarly. Tell me. Grammarly putting copywriters like me out of business since...
this is a 3-hour Let's Play.
Wow.
Oh,
okay, this is... If any of you have played the... Oh my God, I can't believe
it's like a top-down rally game.
It's like Micro Machines. You remember Micro Machines?
Yeah. But why is it called Death Rally?
Or GTA.
Do you have like
GTA 2?
Yeah.
Damn, this soundtrack's cool. Wait, you got a...
Whoa, check out those particle effects.
Megs, I didn't know it existed. I'll take it back. But, sorry, on that...
The one character's name was Jane Honda. Like Jane Fonda, but Jane Honda.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
So Meg says, why do game critics forget about Remedy's actual first game? But I'm going to expand on that specifically, just in general. We can't know everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not an encyclopedia.
I legitimately had no idea that game existed.
Yeah,
so
even me.
Very sorry about that. But interesting. Interesting. Thank you for enlightening us.
Hello, Can Pan Chunder. What are you guys planning for
That
Comic-Con?
sounds like a vomit.
What are you guys planning for Comic-Con Africa Part 2? Wow, we actually can talk about what we're going to be doing there.
Do you want to chat about that?
So, we've been chatting to Nintendo South Africa. We will be at Comic-Con Africa on the Sunday and the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Sunday, what we'll be doing, we'll confirm the times on Twitter and Facebook, but I think at 11 o'clock on the Sunday, we'll be on the stand to just talk about Mario Maker, make some levels, play some levels.
Yeah, Matty's going to make some levels.
Do some fun stuff.
If you think you can beat Matty's level, you should come past the Nintendo stand.
Yeah, I don't know so we haven't sort of like ironed out the details, but I think the idea is that I make a level and we let people see who can do it the fastest.
Yeah, and there's going to be some prizes
and stuff. So I'm going to make a hard level that'll make you cry.
Cool.
And then on the Tuesday, we were actually planning on recording an episode of Checkpoint Chat from Comic-Con.
A Nintendo-focused episode of Checkpoint Chat on their stage straight from Comic-Con.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about what's on their stand, and we're obviously going to play everything on the stand.
About Luigi.
Guigi. Oh, man, yeah.
Hola.
So Sunday and Tuesday, come find us. I mean, you're not going to be there the whole day, but we will be at the Nintendo stand on those 2 days. Come say hi. Give us some hugs.
It'll be awesome. Yeah. I'm keen to play some more Mario Maker and get Guigi.
Guigi. Good day, choosy, panicky creditors. Matthew, this is not controversial. Drink another Red Bull.
Is it not? Well, guess what? You can. You never drank that one.
You have been in a coma for 3 days.
Oh, my God.
The first question you ask is what happened
Wait, hold on. 3 days or 3 years?
3 days.
That's not long.
It's been a long-ass 3 days.
It's really not that long.
You don't know. You weren't in my head. I was on... Wait, am I the one in a coma? No.
I think it's a general thing.
It's just a general thing.
Okay, carry on.
The first question you ask is, what happened to X?
Huh?
The
X
nurses,
gonna give it to you?
the nurses, doctors, and patients around you have no clue what you're talking about. What is the X being your absolutely favorite thing that you do not want people to forget about?
But it's only been 3 days.
This is not a person, but rather an art and food game franchise book that you will be sad to see or disappear from existence. Example, tomatoes. That's such a specific.
Tomatoes are good though. Yeah, tomatoes are
So
good.
you wake up 3
Tomatoes
days.
could be my favorite fruit.
You wake up
actually.
3 days later, you're like, what happened to tomatoes?
Where there's tomatoes?
Tomatoes. Tell us.
I'd be like, what's the price of Bitcoin?
Have my
It's the
mate.
only thing in 3 days that could have drastically changed.
Am I a millionaire or not? What?
Yeah, what happened? Like, did I, in the 3 days that I was in a coma, did whoever put me in a coma get sued and am I a millionaire?
So he says this is not a person, but rather an art and food game franchise.
Depends on the 3 days. If I got knocked out on like the Thursday and woke up on like the Monday and it was like a Grand Prix weekend, I'd be like, what happened in the Grand Prix?
What happened?
Yeah, because that would be the most important thing that transpired in 3 days. I don't know. This 3 days thing is weird. Do you think he meant years?
No, it's 3
Eons?
days, man.
Decades?
Okay, well,
Lifetimes?
let's say 3 decades.
Well,
Okay, 3 years. You're in a coma for 3 years.
You wake up 3 decades, the hospital's blown up around you. It's like, what happened to Trump?
What happened to Trump?
What happened to the nukes?
3 years later, you wake up and you go, what happened to? What happened to? What happened to? I don't know. It's a tricky one.
What's Nintendo's new console?
What about
What's
the
their
Switch
new
2?
Wii Fit? Yeah.
No.
What did they turn into an accessory?
No.
now?
What is the accessory called?
Ring Fit?
What happened to Ring Fit? The doctor's like, you might want to lie down for this. It went on to win Game of the Year.
Oh no!
Put me back in my coma. I don't want to live in this timeline.
Yeah, I'd probably ask what new console Nintendo has because I'm super stoked to see what they.
What happened
cook
to
up next.
gaming? What happened in 3 years? Because 3 years, a lot of shit can happen. I mean, I don't know.
Are we on the iPhone 14?
Oh, does the iPhone 14 have 17 lenses on the back? You know? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to Star Wars?
Oh, that is a good one. What happened to Star Wars? Like, my man.
My man.
Disney went under.
Oh fuck! Wow.
You're like, whoa, how did that happen?
Jeez, wow, 3 years. That a bad 3 years.
It was snapped up by Microsoft.
Oh no!
Bill Gates is now Darth City. Oh no!
But the Xbox has exclusive Star Wars games.
no, which is cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That
Damn
Star
it.
Wars game is still coming out this year. That like Sekiro looking
shit.
Star Wars game.
Is that this year? When is it out?
November.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
Daniel.
High Canyon Peak Chillers. What is the longest you have slept for? 14 hours for me felt like crap afterwards.
Yeah, I'd say I slept around there like 12, 14, and I also remember waking up and feeling like death.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if I've slept longer than 12 hours, but I can tell you now, if I ever have the odd day where I sleep a lot, I wake up feeling worse. Not feeling worse. I wake up fine, and then late in the day, I feel like I haven't slept.
Oversleeping
It's
is
too
a thing,
much,
man. Yeah, it's like the sweet spot is the 7 to like 9 hours.
No,
It's like good.
6 to 7 hours.
I
for
can't
me.
do 6 anymore. It's too little
Is
for
it
me.
too little?
Yeah, it's too little. I used to do 6 at varsity. That was like
It was the normal
yeah.
thing, yeah.
But now if I get less than 7, man, I'm tired.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
6 to 7's my.
But yeah, oversleeping sucks, man. And it usually happens like if I've been drinking or
I don't know.
partying, and then
Damn.
it just whacks my sleep cycle completely out of order.
And then you die.
Oh, whoa,
Hey,
okay.
last question.
And I'm in the coma for 3 years.
Last question from Migs. Hey, Country Patch Colossus. If you had a choice right now, would you rather 1, go back to sleep, 2, play a game, 3, have a 9-course breakfast?
Ooh, no.
Is that a round of golf? I mean, you could. 4, enjoy passive media.
What's passive media? Like a podcast?
Yeah, maybe.
A passive media, yeah, like a TV show. You're not interacting.
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
5, start Saturday drunken binge.
No.
Damn. 6, go visit a friend. What would it be?
Well, we're doing a combination of those
We're doing
things right
so at
now.
the moment. We still. I've visited a friend. So I've done 6. I'm creative passive media. So we kind of take. Well, we
Creating
create
passive media, nice. I like that.
We've started a drunken binge on Red Bull.
Yeah. We had 9 courses in one with a slice of
I
cheesecake.
started my 9-course breakfast with cheesecake. We didn't play a game, but we spoke about games.
We spoke about games, so close enough.
And that just leaves number 1, go back to sleep, which I really would love to do.
Yeah,
'cause
I'd
I'm
love to go
tired.
back to sleep. I mean, I only got out of bed when you arrived. So
Damn, I went to bed
I
at
was watching some Breaking Bad, watching some passive media.
damn.
I I do want to just do that the whole day, but I think I'm going to go to gym and then do that.
Go gym and you're going to run tomorrow, but
Yeah, I'm going to go for a swim, but
yeah, nice,
I'm going to go clap that water.
Nice, man. Okay, so last question comes in from my good pal Zane. He says, "What's up, guys?
What's up, Zane?
Hope you're both keeping well.
I am.
So there's a zombie outbreak. You can only carry one weapon to defend yourself. What would it be? Also, this is restricted to melee weapons and it has to be something that's easily acquired from your household, like a broom or a mop. Oh, and will you guys be at Comic-Con and Rage? Yes, we've just said.
Yeah.
I don't
Sunday and Tuesday.
know about Rage.
Rage, I haven't made plans, but I'm not sure.
There's a small chance I'll be there on the Friday with work, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be there yet, because it's also work pending. So
damn, we'll see. But so weapon.
So a weapon from around. I've got a replica lightsaber, which I think would do pretty well.
Would it not break? How heavy and sturdy is
I'd
it?
break the end of it so it's sharp, and then
okay, then you can
stab them with sound effects.
You stick them.
Yeah, stick them into their face. Yeah.
I don't know. What's an easy...
That's the only thing that's close enough to me that feels like I can actually use.
In your room. Shit, I'm busy thinking about my place. I suppose a kitchen knife is probably the...
But that's so short range, though.
That is short range.
Like, you're really risking getting bitten with a knife.
I don't know. I don't have
What
a
about
broom or
Lupin?
mop. We'll never throw a little Lupin at them. Shame.
Go, Lupin. Meow.
Yeah, I don't think
and then
I
he
have
comes back at you as a zombie cat.
Oh, man, no, that's so terrible.
Then what do you do?
No, I suppose a kitchen knife is the only thing I could arguably reach that would be useful in a short span of time.
Doesn't Lenska have like architect tools that you could use?
She's got lammy pens. I mean, it's not really
throw lammy pens at zombies.
She does have a lot of them. I mean, I'd have a lot of ammo.
You know what you do? You sellotape like a bunch of them to your hands, and you've got like band.
I'm Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're just punching zombies with lammy pens and stabbing them, giving them ink poisoning.
They're like, no. I'm sorry, I've seen the error of my ways. I'll be human again. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose
if Lupin became a zombie cat, would you throw Luna at him?
No, I don't like the subject matter. It's so sad. I want any of them. Actually, though, that's something that's very seldom covered. So, like, Resident Evil, you get zombie dogs. Okay, but in shows,
zombie cats are too lazy, man. They're just chilling there, licking themselves.
But that's what I'm getting at. In say a show like The Walking Dead, for example, or any other zombie movie, you very seldom see
they'll die.
What happens to the animals?
I think we in that point in media where I'd feel more traumatized by seeing animals killed than humans.
Yeah. Which is such a weird.
It's so weird. But man, in movies when they're like killing dogs, like you've watched Chernobyl, right?
Yeah.
That episode where they shoot the dogs, man, Shawnee was not
sad.
happy.
Yeah, it's like.
But like people are fucking melting in that show. There's skin coming off their body, and you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. Yeah.
But it's like I think the most famous one's I'm Legend.
Oh God, yeah.
So we're like,
dog. Oh God,
humanity's screwed. Look at him killing all those people. No, not the dog.
Yeah.
Don't let the dog. No, stop it.
There's a really hectic scene in. Have you ever watched Equilibrium with Christian Bale? It's really good.
That, yeah.
And they like. There's
Is
a
that
scene
the high action?
Yeah, the gun Carter, where they like take drugs to suppress the emotions and stuff, and they like shoot dogs in this one scene, and like you've seen people like murdered very, very gruesomely in this film, but for the dog thing, they pan the camera away.
Oh, it's too much.
And it's like, yeah, man. No.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You just see Christian Bale like reacting to every shot, and you're just like, oh my God, this is horrible.
But isn't it weird though that there's that disconnect where we're so desensitized where you can watch like an action movie and people are dropping left, right, and center.
Like it's hot.
But the moment it's an animal, we're like, no, please no. Like don't.
That's just how we are.
It's weird, man. That's all the questions.
Yeah, thanks for the questions, Migs and Zane. If you want to send us questions, at Checkpoint Chat on Twitter, facebook.com/checkpointchat, and checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com. All of them avenues open. Send us some love.
Send us all of the questions. And come say hello to us at Comic-Con.
Come say hello to us at Comic-Con. So this is weird. I guess we'll record on Saturday still.
Yeah.
But and then
on Tuesday.
But the next time you can see us is at Comic-Con.
Yes.
On Sunday and Tuesday.
On
we'll
the Tuesday.
Be there. Yeah. Come say hi.
Come
if you see us.
love. Yeah.
Yeah. If you listen to the show, come say, hey, I listened to the show. And
While
we'll give
we're
you a hug.
while recording on the Tuesday, you can shout like, "Hey,
Hey,
see yourself
Medeush.
on the podcast."
Throw
Although
a pistache.
We do have some good marks that are pretty good at.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how to be.
I have no idea. I
We'll
keep
have to
saying they're
test.
going to be good. I hope they're good.
We're gonna have to be like. So welcome to the episode of Checkpoint Chat.
We're recording in the bathroom stall or something.
Put a blanket over, like, don't look at us.
Then the dude from Game of Thrones rocks up. It's like, hey, thought you weren't going to be here. And he
He's
just
like,
stares
why
at
do you
us.
think I came all this way?
That's the show. Thank you for
Love it.
listening, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you. Bye.